Listen, so before we dive into my show, I need you to understand a few things. The Save On experience is just that, the Save On experience. So be warned, these are my views, my thoughts, my opinions. So listen, don't take it serious. Don't get too upset. It's for entertainment purposes only, boo-boo. I don't really know you like that. You don't really know me like that, right? So we gonna be cool, right? We ain't gonna get mad, right? Cause we know. I just speak what I think. So calm down. Chill out. It's just entertainment. You know, girl? So, keep it cute. And if you gonna listen, listen from a place of love. Don't get too mad. Get up, hoes. My punk ass is up, and I don't even know why I'm up so early. But I've been up early like all week long since I've been doing this whole liquid fast and shit. And girl, I'm just in and want to talk about a few things, girl. So get yourselves right on up in this motherfucker. Okay? Come on in. Give you a moment while you roll on up in this piece, girl. Mm-hmm. Get you on up in here, honey. Put a little something to get y'all hoes up this morning too. It ain't gonna be too much of nothing, honey, but I gotta play this good old song. And then we're gonna talk about the president's current executive order, girl. My thoughts. And just kind of go from there, girl. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yes, God. So if you own, thank you for joining me this morning. I know it's super fucking early. Super fucking early, girl. But that's all right. We here. What's up? What's up? Look, what's up, Chi-Chi? Sly. D-Star, good morning. Yes, Mantra. My ass is up, girly. I've been getting up early. I don't know why, honey, but I have. But I want to talk about this executive order, Lord Jesus, honey. That's what I want to talk about, dear God. He's making some moves, and I think he's working really, really hard to get reelected. Girl, Sly, we always working, girl, like constantly. Constantly working, girl. All of the time, honey. So I feel you, boo-boo. I feel you. Honey, there's some hoes in this house already this morning, girl. I'm getting started with my shenanigans early this morning just because. Girl, that's what they say. That's what they say, girl. But I ain't even gonna talk about this morning. At all, girl. We are not gonna talk about the racist part, but we're gonna talk about this executive order, honey. He got going on. Ooh, there's some, ooh, ain't it? Ooh, ain't it? Yes, God. Ooh, hey, ain't it? Get it? What's up? There's some in it. Woo. All right, I'm gonna cut this shit off, girl, because I ain't trying to get shot off all here this morning, honey. But listen, so I'm gonna bring this up because I want y'all to share this with me because I don't know if y'all know about it or not. But a few hours ago, just a few hours ago, let me remove this from the stream, honey. A few hours ago, the president signed an executive order attempting to control social media. Girl, are we serious about this? Girl. First, he's taking TikTok away, and now he's trying to control social media platforms. Girl, for real, that's what we doing. Facebook and Twitter, girl. I just don't understand. I mean, girl, he always on some bullshit. Okay. But you know what? I'm going to go back because that's not what I wanted to talk about, really. I saw that, but I wanted to bring that up. What I really wanted to talk about was his ass bring in this executive order about unemployment and things of that nature. Let me find that, and I'm gonna bring that right back up here. I had it up, girl, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hold on one second, y'all. But yeah, he already had an executive order against TikTok. This is the first president I have ever seen that's signing these executive orders. You know, but there's one I do kind of agree with, and even though I'm employed, I kind of like what he's doing with it because for those who are unemployed, honey, it is taking both the Democrats as well as the Republicans a little too damn long to get their shit together. Too long. It's taking them too long. I mean, you will come up with something. You've already ended it as the end of last month. You've already ended the whole $600 extra a week. You've ended that. Okay, that's cool. Well, it's not cool, but you've done it. Okay. However, my thing is, girl, what are these people gonna do? So I'm gonna bring this on back up because let's just get into it, girl. So he's signing an executive order on unemployment and evictions. And you know what? I don't even like this article. I want to go back to the one that I saw on Forbes because Forbes had a holistic approach to it. Forbes was talking about not only the unemployment and evictions, but they were also talking about a payroll deduction, a freeze on the payroll tax, girl, which is cute, which would be real cute. Real cute. So let's just talk about it. So he says that he signed an executive order to provide a 400 additional week instead of the 600. In one of those flu measures, honey, he's like, look, it's taking them too long to come up with an actual order. I'm just going to remove this shit because y'all can go out there later and just be up here. But he pretty much said it's taking them too damn long to come up with a decision on what they're going to do. You know, people out here suffering, people out here trying to pay their bills. You got people putting evictions out on people. So he's putting a stop on evictions too. I mean, it's an enhanced unemployment benefit plan. So what's basically going to happen if he said executive order, so I'm pretty sure it's going to pass. But the Republicans and the Democrats have been able to come to any type of progress in the past weeks. I mean, with the new stimulus package. And then on top of that, they don't know what they want to do about the whole employment thing. I mean, it's just been a clusterfuck, if you ask me. Truly clusterfuck. So what he's saying is he's going to make sure that he's putting an order in to enhance and extend it to the end of the year at a rate of 400 per week. He's saying that the states will be responsible about 25% of the costs, which will reduce the federal government's obligation to $300 per week. Now, that's better than nothing. The CARES Act was given an additional $600. So they're not going to do the whole $600. It's a one and done. The HEROES Act was also a $600 one by the end of the year. But there's been a large pushback because a lot of people aren't returning to work, girl. They're not. And I feel like this particular executive order, I agree with Preach the Good News. I feel like this particular executive order is what's needed. The social media ones and TikTok, I mean, I feel like you're doing a bit much there. But you know what? You know how it is. Anytime you get somebody power and you start a precedence, it starts a trend. So you have to be careful of those things because of the fact it can go all over the place, right? However, I'm here for this particular executive order. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean for the state and the government and our finances and the debt, but we're in debt anyway. We're in a huge amount of debt to begin with. So it's either going to be, now I don't know about Trump 2020 now. Girl, not with all that. I believe this is a tactic for him to get reelected because he knows that he's not favored by many right now. His rich friends ain't really seeing it for him, is my opinion. So now he's trying to get into the eyes of those that's been hit and impacted by their finances to get, votes. That's what I think. So I feel like, hey, so this $400 a week for 20 weeks, or 70% of the replacement of previous wages with a $600 cap. So it's one or the other. So I guess if you was bringing in more than $400 a week, then they will give you more of a 70% of your replacement weekly income, which would be more than $400. But however, if you weren't bringing in that much, then, you'll get $400 a week. Their concern is that, like I said, people aren't returning to work at all, because a lot of them are making more money on the unemployment than they were when they were actually working. So it's creating, more of a crippling effect, which I get and I understand. I do. However, I feel like one way they can match that is whatever they were making. You're going to sign an order in that looks at what they were making, before, the pandemic, match what they were making before, maybe just a little less, not a whole lot, because you do want to incentivize folk to go back to work. But then you also have the ones where companies aren't hiring people. A lot of them have gotten the PPP loans, EIDL loans, and then still not returning people to work. They're using that money to obviously maintain their business if they're still open. Some of them have had to officially close because it still wasn't enough, and the way things were looking, they didn't know if they were going to be able to repay that. So there's a lot of parts of this. But when I tell you, the states are having some issues with this proposal because, with the 25% match piece of it, because, a lot of states not going to be able to do it. Right now, they're already strapped financially. They're not. So it's looking like at least $300 a week is what it's going to be. Well, he's also wanting to impose a payroll tax holiday. Now, let's see. What did Preach the Good News say? Unfortunately, they're playing politics, re-election or not, more important to act rather than do nothing. I agree about that. I definitely agree that it's important to act instead of doing nothing at all. However, he's also imposing a payroll tax holiday. Girl, it's supposed to start in September, and it can be retroactive back to August 1. So for workers earning less than $100,000 per year, they'll be eligible for a payroll tax holiday. Now, Trump says employers will be permitted to stop withholding those taxes from eligible employee paychecks during this period. Now, this is a holiday. A holiday with a repayment plan. So I want people, before they get really excited about that, to understand that the payroll tax holiday will reduce the amount of taxes of workers' paychecks to fund Social Security and Medicare, but benefits of such holiday or payroll tax can be limited and depend on a worker's income and employment status. So cutting taxes will require the congressional action, but Trump can use his emergency power, as we see that he has been, to delay collecting taxes, meaning they would theoretically have to be paid later unless Congress agree to waive the repayment. So my thing is, what if I don't want you to do that? Only because of the fact that I'm not looking at a lump sum that I want to pay back later. I would rather you continue to take it out for me personally, because I'm not already seeing it. I'm not already getting it. So I would rather do that than you add another bill. So it's a catch-22 to it. It'll help some, with getting their money now, but then next year, honey, you're not going to get a refund if you used to getting one. And if you have to pay, more like myself, when I'm employed and self-employed, bitch, I'm going to have to pay even more. So I don't really know if I see it for a thing. I don't know what's going on then, but it is an option. It's an option. He also said if he's reelected in November, then he may forgive the payroll tax deferment and establish permanent payroll tax cuts. See, this is that part that I'm talking about. Baby, you're doing everything possible to win this year, which leads me to believe that maybe, and these are my opinions, maybe he is a little concerned about being reelected, because none of this, I don't feel like that any of these rules, regulation, tax cuts, and policies were being put in place prior to COVID-19, because you felt pretty strong about being reelected. That's just my opinion. Once again, these are my opinions. If you don't like them, I get it. Good morning. Have a good day. Okay. But these are my opinions. So I feel like you're doing anything to try to get on in. You know what I'm saying? Girl. So that makes me feel like that you feel like it's not swinging in your way right now, which, okay, girl. Like I said on my show last night on Saturday Night Soul Club, honey, sometimes we have ups and downs, girl. You have been doing the absolute most. The absolute most. But I'm here for this executive order around those who are unemployed. Now, I'm employed, so, I'm not affected. However, for those who aren't employed and their jobs doesn't look like to be reopening anytime soon, or if at all, and you're actively working, you're actively looking for employment, I'm here for it. I am so here for it. I'm like, get it in, girl. Get it all the way in. Now, I'm going to drop the link in case any of y'all want to come in and talk as well. You don't have to, girl. It's just me. I'm up and I'm rambling this morning and I can't go back to sleep. So, girl, I'm just going to drop the link. But I just feel like, girl, come on, Mr. President, you doing something. This is probably the second thing that I've personally been kind of impressed by. That stimulus package the first time was cute. However, let's talk about the stimulus package. He's not putting an executive order in place for that. This is just more immediate around unemployment. Here we are. It ended the 25th of July. Damn it, we almost at the 15th of the month. People's mortgages and stuff are being, due. Oh, also, he put in an order to do a federal eviction moratorium. So that executive order extends federal eviction that expired last week. So last week, there was a moratorium or an order put in place where you couldn't be evicted from either your home that you're buying or the place that you're being, that you're renting. Now, I don't know if everybody's been following that. I really don't know, but it expired last week. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people got some eviction notices last week. So the CARES Act prevented landlords or housing authorities from filing eviction actions, charging non-payment fees or penalties, or giving notice to tenants to vacate. The order only applied to federally subsidized and federally black-backed housing and expired on July 24th. Okay. So with this one, okay. Well, that's why a lot of people, I guess, were still facing these hardships. So an August report from a group of housing experts estimated that 30 to 40 million Americans could be at risk of eviction, stating the U.S. may be forcing the most severe housing crisis in history. Communities of color, which are disproportionately rent burdened, would be hit hardest by this eviction crisis. So the experts called for meaningful, swift, and robust government intervention to prevent long-term negative effects of the COVID-19 housing crisis. Girl, honey, sugar, honey, iced tea, girl. Getting into the things of the things. Good morning, Audrey Baby 305 and Zambi. What's up, Kimmy? How y'all? Yes, God. I'm on here rambling because I couldn't go to sleep. I woke up early. I was trying to go to sleep. I got a good old crick in my neck, girl. Shh. I said, let me just get on up, honey, because I was reading through some articles and I saw this and I was like, I got this on my heart. I want to talk about it, girl. Yeah, the latest executive order also deals with evictions. Yes. I think it's still going to be about only for those that are federally funded housing, though. I mean, it's not doing anything. So for those who have like a FHA loan, and then of course, if you in an apartment that also that there's funding or provide housing for lower income families, those are the ones that are being protected. However, if you're not, and you're more of the conventional loan and things of that nature, and your loan is not protected or insured federally, then, I mean, you won't be a part of those that's protected. So, you still have to work with your lenders. And y'all, I'm not an expert. These are my opinions. I'm just reading some articles, and I had something on my heart that I wanted to talk about this morning. So, y'all, I mean, and then tip this. There's also a federal student loan payment suspension that's written into his executive order. So with that being said, he's wanting to suspend loan payments throughout the end of the year and maintain the 0% interest period for federal student loans. He said he would likely extend that suspension into 2021. Girl, all of this, let me do it right now. And then if I'm still in office, let me tell you what I'll do. If I'm if I'm available or if I have the option to continue to be in office, girl, he's really appealing to those particular individuals, honey, who are financially strapped right now and, need this immediate help because no one else is offering any solutions. It would be a great idea for some of the candidates that are running for president to kind of come up with some solutions that you think you can bring into the office once you are elected and sweared in and all that good stuff. Because, girl, this is how he gonna get some of the girls. And I know a few girls, honey, who are financially strapped, girl, and they just trying to keep their house. And if that means keeping his ass in office to keep their house, that's what they gonna do. I'm telling you. So these candidates is out here that's campaigning. Y'all gonna have to do what y'all gotta do, girl. Y'all got to vote. I don't know what to say, but if I was up to losing my house, I don't know what I would do. I'm just gonna be very honest about that. So, I mean, it's a bold business move, and it is helping the majority of the people if these executive orders actually go through at this present time. So I'm just saying, girl, I'm playing devil's advocate here. And we all know people who will think in this way, girl. So I'm just saying. Norman said, what you say, Norman? I want him out. I don't need the money, but I feel everyone who needs that money, they are playing with their life. Yes, they don't need any money, so they can take all the time they need. Exactly. A lot of the leaders, politicians, and when I look at both of their, whether it's the HEROES Act you go with or the CARES Act, they're kind of saying the same thing. They're very similar from what I've read, in their asks. So I'm really not sure what piece of it that they're stuck on. So I feel like it's some unwritten rules or unspoken or untransparent rules and guidelines or policies that may be put in that they don't want to put out there because, it seems like they are asking for the same thing, even trying to include, if that second stimulus check comes through, even trying to include, monies for those who didn't get it the first time, the dependents, adult dependents, college dependents, things of that nature. So we'll see. Norman is on a roll this morning, girl. Norman, you are just really vocal this morning, girl. Kimmy said he still gotta go. He's going to fuck up SSI for older people. Oh, girl, all of this is going to fuck up everything for everybody. If you think about it, these little short-term quicks, yes, they're helping right now, but what are the long-term effects? Printing more money is not going to do nothing but reduce the value of the dollar. So, and I agree. I feel like a lot of politicians will say what they will do right now if they are elected. But then what do you do when you get in office? What do we have that's going to hold you to these, promises? Because a lot of times it don't happen. And unless they're using, what I will say, mantra, is that this is the first president that I can recall. And y'all, I'm not really into politics like that. So once again, these are my views and my expressions and my opinions. But this is the first president that I have seen that has at least used executive order to the level that he has and hasn't been scared to do so. So, I mean, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Democrats love the issues because they use them to politicize. I mean, so does the Republicans. Let's be very clear. President Orange know how to manipulate in money talks. He's a businessman. And there's been a lot of moments where he hasn't been very successful in that area, but he's a businessman first. And that's how he's pretty much tackled a lot of things. And he knows what appeases people to people's hearts. And even the rich is money. He taking the money from older people to give you all that money. What older? So you saying that he's taking from the SSI fund to give us these? I know some people on SSI, Norman, and they've not been affected at all. Unless there's something written behind, these laws. Could be. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have anything in writing about where these funds are coming from. I can say, though, when I look at the lottery totals, girl, they used to start at 40 million, then they started at 20 million. And I'm pretty sure people are still playing lotto, maybe not as like they were before, but they still playing. So I'm pretty sure they're using some of those lottery funds. That's my opinion as well, to fund some of this stuff. Hell, he still owes money to people that worked at the Taj Mahal in Atlanta City. I'm sure. I'm so sure, girl. Take care of the people and stop politicizing these issues. Trump has kept his word. Yeah, his word. Oh, he has? Oh, okay, girl. Well, preach the good news. Girl, I don't know if girl, guy. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to misgender you, but I don't know. I can't say that he's done that, but a poor businessman. How many times has he found? This is why he understands the, you know what? I'm going to leave it part alone. But yeah, I thank God you made good money from private business, you know, music and art, and it never stopped. That's cute, you know, but the way things are going right now, we don't know how long that's going to be either. I mean, I'm just saying, if this pandemic continues to grow globally and people aren't able to work and bring in money and jobs not really hiring, I mean, even this temporary solution is cute for right now for those who are unemployed. However, it can't be a permanent solution. So there will be areas that people will stop investing in. I mean, a lot of people will focus more on lights, water, housing, more so than music and entertainment and things of that nature. So unfortunately, I mean, it's great that you are, you know, doing well, but I just don't know. This is one of those fires that I feel that you don't know how they burn. So, girl, we don't know how this can affect the greater, you know, areas of the world. You know, it's been a few months now, but once it moves into years and things of that nature, you know, hell, the cost of making movies and TV shows have even greatly, you know, increased because everyone on the cast has got to constantly stay COVID tested. You know, the way that they film today, you have to have so many feet away from each other, you know, even if you've tested negative, because you don't know what people are doing when they get home, when they are offset. I mean, so everything is changing. So what did it say? Child, people using unemployment cards to get these lottery tickets, bitch. Oh, Lord have mercy, Sly. I'm pretty sure, girl. Why are you saying the obvious? What are you saying exactly? Of course, we don't know. Girl, I said what I said. Girl, we don't know. So, Blake, it is what it is, girl. I don't know. Politicizing meaning taking care of the pandemic issues, not adding unnecessary issues. Yeah, I agree. You're always gonna save the money. See, exactly. You got to put away. You have to save, or you got to hold on to that money, girl. Like, girl, be as stingy with it. Well, I was gonna say be as stingy with that money as you is with that booty, girl. But I don't know if you stingy with that booty or not, girl. So I can't say that. But what I can say, girl, yeah, be smart. Do we think Joe? But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a person that put a lot of stock in people, period, regardless of where you sit in your, you know, on your political views, whether you are Democratic, Republican, whether you are, you know, open, free agent. I don't know, girl. I have no idea. I just know that people say and people speak a good game. And a lot of times, even outside of the political game, girl, they bring their good old representative in. Okay. And you don't know what you're gonna get. It's just like a relationship. It's not any different. You get into it thinking you got the greatest man out there or the greatest woman, the greatest partner out there, girl. And you find out, girl, oh Lord Jesus, there's some shit that you didn't know about because a representative was representing at the same time not their authentic self. So, girl, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm just telling you my views, girl. Ooh, they got a major news conference in 10 minutes. Well, I might shut it down and see what they talking about. This is the first time I've really watched, but girl, yes, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But when I read that this morning, I'm like, that's cute for right now. For some people that I know have family members that's been affected by it. So, you know, 400 is better than nothing. You know, it's less than a 600, girl, but it'll get you by a little bit longer. So he's putting it at the end of the year. So I wanted to get on and talk to them and tell y'all, look, y'all, there's a little hope for those who are, you know, in that position right now. And listen, that $400, girl, I know I got some clients that's keeping their hair appointments with that $600. At least they have. So now they're going to keep that hair appointment with that 400, and they may not come in and get them a good old weave, girl, but they'll come and get them a good old shampoo and style. I'm just saying, and I was thinking of running like a little special for some of my clients who have been impacted, by COVID-19 and, resources, they're either, had to take a reduction in pay or, I was thinking about doing a little something, a little intermittent reduction in price on services for them. But then I don't know, because, some of my clients who are doing financially well be like, some girl, why they get a discount and I don't? So I don't know, girl, I gotta think about it. But I'm trying to figure out how I, too, as a businesswoman, can, help stimulate the economy, give grace as grace has been given to me. But my grace had to be repaid, girl. It wasn't, it had to be repaid, girl. But yeah, I like that too. I like to keep the forum, preach the good news where we can talk, because we're not going to always agree. We are not at all. But I think we can respectfully talk about it. No, Bambi, not the stimulus. They haven't really made a decision on the stimulus package. What I was talking about, the 400, was really about the unemployment, the pandemic unemployment federal fund. So, they were doing, on top of the state unemployment, they were doing the extra $600 a week. Well, of course, that ended the last full week of July the 25th. And it's gone, but they're trying to, well, I'm not going to say trying, because the president has signed an executive order to pretty much put in the relief back in place, but only at $400 a week. And they're wanting the state plans to contribute 25% of that. So really, the federal government would be offering $300 a week. And if those state participates, they will offer that extra 100, but a lot of the states probably won't, because they don't have the funding for it. Unless the federal is giving them some other kind of special grant, they don't have the funding for that. So I'm not me because I'm employed, but what we as the people can pretty much depend on would be at least a $300 a week check versus the $600, which is better than nothing. So yeah, that's what we talking about, BNB. Norman said, this is why I take care of me. I've been putting yes. I mean, I buy things, I ain't gonna lie, but I've definitely become more of a minimalist since the COVID-19 has hit. Not as much as I should, but better than I was. It's a process. It's stepping stones. What I've been doing is focusing, prior to the pandemic, I was really focused on, paying off a lot of debt, keeping it down. But I'll be very honest, since the pandemic, I've been focused on paying a little bit over the minimum and then taking it extra and putting it up, just because, I don't know what it's going to look like in the future. And I might need that money for a mortgage versus a credit card payment, girl. And I ain't going to lie to you, girl. I ain't going to let my mortgage suffer, girl. That credit card won't get paid before that mortgage do, okay? So that's just kind of where I'm at. And I'm realistic in that space. I mean, hell, I'm 43 now, girl, but I can't act like I've always been financially sound, girl. In my 20s, it was a struggle, girl. So I know what it's like to live on the least amount. So it wouldn't be a huge adjustment for me. Now, is it a place that I want to go back to? Absolutely not. But it won't be a huge adjustment. I survived, and I'll survive again, girl. What's up, Miss Go-Go? Well, this is Bambi. You said by the time they figure out people gonna be homeless. Well, girl, this is why he signed that executive order in place, because he was like, it's taken, the two sides, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, too long to come up with a decision. So he's like, this is what I'm gonna do. Now, that's not about the stimulus package, but it is gonna be about the unemployment. So if you are unemployed, you at least, I don't know when that goes into effect. Everything that I've read haven't, really given a date, but at least him signing it in order, it should be relatively soon, I would think. I'm also running special for pandemic and other topics. So yes, with balance, we can do it. I would like to know more about that. Preach the good news, because I don't want to, make my clients who are still employed feel a certain kind of way. And you would think that they would understand, right? And then how would you prove that they've been impacted? Because I also don't want all my clients coming in knowing good and damn well you work and talking about some girl. It's just being girl. So what are you using to validate these specials without necessarily being all in their business? I would like to know that. Just saving money for use. What's up, Rachel? Good morning, honey. So D-Star said, once the approval of stimulus 2, I'm putting that towards my own. Girl, you know what? Why'd I even highlight that? Yo, I cannot. I only pay rent, phone, and one Visa card that I pay off every month. Girl, now that's tea. That's life. That's life. She said, oh my God, what happened? Rachel. Listen, you said you see the same host. Listen, and look, including yourself. Okay. I was asleep. I really was asleep, but I woke up at like 5 something and I couldn't go back to sleep, girl. So I'm on here just chit-chatting about, I talk about other stuff all the time. I don't talk about business a lot, but this is kind of the shit that I think about in my head on a regular basis, girl. Norman said, I have liked and wanted a house. Baby, I have my home and in a decade, a little bit over a decade, honey, it'll be paid off. And I want my forever home. But what I don't want to be in another 30-year commitment or another 15-year commitment. So that's why I'm kind of staying where I'm at right now. Unless a girl win lotto or something, then she might go, get her a little something, a little upgrade. But right now, I'm going to stay where I'm at and make do with what I got, girl. Because I don't know what this economy is looking like. Not that you head of the whole ministry board. Lord Jesus, I cannot. Oh, I have never liked or wanted a house. Oh, okay. Gotcha. She said, I wish I could sleep through the night. Mantra, I had been, but here lately with this last week, I'm going to tell you exactly when I stopped sleeping through the night. When a bitch went on her liquid fast, girl, I ain't been able to sleep through the night at all. At all. What's up, Coco? Yeah, I'm glad that he's doing the student relief as well. I mean, a lot of these student loans, girl, them hoes is high as hell. I was fortunate enough to pay mine off more than 10 years ago because when I, do hair, I was doing hair and pretty much putting all that money for several years towards the student loan to get all that shit paid off, girl. So, yes. Once my house is paid off, I will not move unless I can pay it off in full. And that's the thought that I have. But, the community that I moved into, I like it. There's no issues. We don't really have any problems outside the norm. But it is a starter community. It is a starter home. And we've got starter homes over. We've got some mid-grade homes here. They building a mansion around the corner that's ginormous. But it really is a starter home community. So, I mean, I'm thinking back in the day, in the 2009, things of that nature, you can get a good 3,000 square foot home in this particular neighborhood for a good 160, 170, maybe 180 at the top. That was for the real nice one. That was also during the housing crisis. But right now, them babies is going for 2 and 350. I mean, because shit, my house is appraised for double what I paid for it, but it's still a starter home community. And I still would I love you too, Norman. I still would love to get my forever home, which would be just a tad bit bigger than this, really. But those, and it's not much more, but it'll be like 350 just for that. And I'm like, okay, that's cute. I mean, in some places it's not bad. You got people paying $500,000 for homes, and that's wonderful. In Nashville, in the outskirts of Nashville, it's not quite that high right now, but you can get there real quick. But I'm just saying where I'm at, girl, because like I said, I don't know what these jobs is doing, girl. I have one now, girl, but you never know what this shit can look like this time next year, the first of the year, girl. So I'm just stacking my coin, honey, is what I'm doing, holding on to it. But I like to see his executive orders there. The one about social media and all that. Girl, he doing too much. You need to get into radio, child. You be talking, honey. Girl, I do. I talk a whole lot. I've always talked to that. Was that your nice way of saying, bitch, you talk too much? So I actually have a friend, Norman, that have a tiny house. And it is cute. It is really, really cute. And to think about the space, I mean, girl, it's just what you need. And now hers is not one of the ones that, well, I guess you could pick up and move it to. You could put it on a little trailer, a little one of those little long beds and move it. I think they're cute. Now I'm a little claustrophobic, so I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it. But I think they are so cute. I think they're practical. I love that more people are getting into the trends of it. You know, anything smaller than 1,000 square foot, I'm not gonna be able to do. I've tried it, and I can't do it, girl. Well, I guess I could if I had to. Shit, let me not say that, but girl, not too small. Because, like I said, I feel like, ooh, yeah, if it's too big, normally if it's too big, I like to look at those really big, beautiful homes. I see people with these mansions and stuff, and I love to see those. But girl, I'm gonna be very honest. Although I'm a girl that's very particular about things, I'm not trying to clean that big ass house. And I don't necessarily know I want the budget of bringing a team in to clean it either. So, girl, especially right now during COVID-19, girl, I'm trying to keep all expenses low. Coco said my big ass wouldn't be comfortable in a tiny house. Girl, y'all are too funny. But anyway, I just wanted to get on real quick just to have a little cute little chit chat, small little chit chat about that because I was excited about, seeing it. Remember, China have some wicked technologies going on. Other nations also ban TikTok. I would like to, so what is it? I mean, I don't be on TikTok like that. I watch people's stuff. So what's going on? What's going on with TikTok? Remember that one app they had where you could see what you look like if you were aging, like what you would look like older. They were talking about that app and how it was stealing information, etc. I'm like, hey, all these apps get your information. If you ever read all them permission, the fine print, all them permissions, girl, it's too big. Oops, we talking about houses. You know what? I can't. It's too early in the morning. You I better get Craig's. Wait a minute. I better get Craig's housekeeper. Girl, I'm gonna leave it alone. I've helped so many people. I have away so many things. I believe it. I believe it. I would say that a day in my life is so hard. He's obsessed with it. He is. What is it though? Does he know something that we don't know about TikTok? Or is it just because it's China? It's it's a China based, I guess, app, and he's got this huge thing against China right now. I mean, him settle down because China's sending shit over here. I think because of him too. I ain't gonna. I feel like he pissing them off, girl. And in a minute, girl, they're gonna send some more shit over here. Can I say they sent? I don't know. That's just my opinions and thoughts again, girl. Is anybody from the U.S. bought Tip Top? He said the only way they would be able to keep it from someone from the U.S. to buy it. Oh. Well, girl, with as much money as it's making, girl, that's a way around everything. You can definitely buy something and have it on American soil and still be supported offshore. Girl, you got companies doing that shit every day and all day. So he gonna have to put some real specific rules around that if he wants that to be the case. That's all I can say. Well, girl, Alexa do be listening to everything, girl. Somebody asked Alexa to look up something when I was on the phone, and my Alexa was like, girl, I can't find it. I was like, first of all, girl, you don't know the bitch. Okay, so Preach the Good News says they are gathering information to use against the world. Oh, shut up. Cousin Faith done came in the house.
Well, good morning.
Oh, good morning, darling. You look so fresh this morning, honey. I don't look that fresh. I'm not getting on camera. You stay
I
camera
haven't.
ready,
I
bitch.
haven't. I haven't been asleep yet.
You at all?
I just got off work.
Oh yeah. I
That's
keep
why I was like, girl, do any of these hoes go to sleep every time somebody live? I see the same hoes. I was like, damn, bitch, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, girl.
Oh, girl, I couldn't sleep. I woke up this morning and I was like, whoa, girl, I couldn't go back to sleep. And it's been like that all week. At least this morning it was 5 versus 3 or 4.
Mm. I know Vel had went live one day. I think at like 10 or 11, and I literally had probably just woke up, and I'm checking my phone, and I was like, I thought he had posted a video, but he had went live. I was like, I know Vel about his ass ain't live. Let me go on and click on it here. So I spoke, I spoke to the room, and he was like, "Hey, Bambi," he was like, "I wouldn't have thought you'd be up this early." Okay, hoes don't get up before 12.
You said hoes.
Like,
Unless there's
girl,
a coin
we
attached,
was
girl.
we was out creeping and strolling the night before, child.
Unless there's a cute coin, honey. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That part.
I'm just saying, so that's what I was talking about. I was just talking about, the executive orders, the one executive order that had 4 different things in it that I was like, okay, well, that's cute for you.
Right. I don't watch the news. Really, I don't watch TV, period. But
Girl, it was on my phone. It came up as an alert. I mean, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I don't either, girl. I don't really I'm not like one of those people who sit on CNN all day, which I probably should be.
I need to. Yeah, I need to.
It's a
But
lot
it's
of
just
information.
it's always something like news related. Somebody done got shot. Something that happened. Like all of this should be so depressing to me. I was like, girl, I can't. I don't.
Preach the Good News said that they also take ancestry information from us to learn how genetics kill certain groups. But you know what? I believe that. I've always thought so. The whole gender, what is it? Gender, 23andMe. I know a lot
Mhm.
of people have taken those little tests to kind of see
Yeah.
exactly like their background, their history.
All of this stuff is
I
like
think it's
collecting data.
interesting to have, but I mean to know. But I've
Right.
not done it because I'm like, girl, it's also saying a whole bunch of other shit. This
Right.
anytime there's a product or something out there with like 5 benefits, you better believe it's like 10 other
Yeah.
things in the the back end of the deal that's doing some old malicious shit 9 times out of 10. So I ain't never
Baby.
trusted it, so I ain't done it.
Damn, I left my book over there. They all of this stuff is like collecting data. It's like, girl, when
Mhm.
you talk on your phone, they can say what they want to say, girl. I could talk about bitch snowboarding. I ain't been snowboarding a day in my life, girl. I'm gonna get 12 notifications, pop up ads.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Yep.
girl,
Yep. That's because they listening. Girl, look, we talking about this right
and
now
it's
on
not
this
even,
phone, and
it's
you
not
gonna have a
even,
whole bunch of shit in your news and in your feed now about this topic. Yep. I'm
and they
telling
still
you.
like gonna have no decision. I'm like, girl,
So
that's
and I
why I
think
don't.
that's why he's putting that executive order in. Like I said, I didn't see anything that
So
stated
the
when it was going to take effect. Yeah, the executive
so
order. He's actually
the executive order is pushing
it's just pushing the extension on
unemployment.
unemployment,
Okay.
the eviction rule that's been in place to keep people from evicted from federally funded housing. The
Are you talking about people that like people that's on housing?
any pretty much facility or apartment complex that's like people have like FHA home loans. They'll be
Okay.
one of the ones that will be protected from evictions. If those who are in those what do they call they're called well obviously
Girl,
projects,
what
but
they need
also
to do, what
the
they need to do is just stop rent altogether until next year, May sometime.
but in
Girl,
order for
next
them to do
next
that though,
August.
in order for them to do that, they're going to have something in place for those particular companies who, employ people based off of their income and then also have mortgages and loans on those properties. See, the one thing that I do agree with is like you can't say you don't have to pay rent, but then the people who own the property still have to pay mortgages on that. I think that's the
That's what
problem.
I'm saying. They need to
Yeah.
stop all of that. while they sitting up here finding this money. I'm like, girl, and you found all that money, you can find money for something else, and then when you turn everything back on, you know, I hate to say it, they're either gonna have to not double it, but half of that on top of what they paying rent, they gonna have to do something because people ain't got money like that. Businesses closing left and right.
Girl, let me tell
Shit
you
ain't
what,
getting clean. Stuff getting burned down. People
girl,
ain't going to work.
me and my clients have different discussions, and let me tell you about this shit. So when everybody was going through, and the credit card companies, of course, like if you had been impacted by the pandemic, you can call your credit card company, etc., and be like, hey, I've been impacted, or I've lost my job, whatever the case may be. And they would defer your payments, or do what's called a pause on payments for a certain amount of time, right?
Right.
Now it'll still accrue interest, right? Let me see what these hoes is doing. So during that time, of course, you're accruing interest. So if you're thinking from a credit perspective and credit scoring
It's good
perspective,
for that,
your
but
utilization will continue to go up because of the fact that they're charging you interest. So your balance
right,
will always go up, right? You
right,
don't have to make that payment. But what they've been doing is when they do that review, they're providing grace to people during that time. But when they're doing their 6 month or their yearly review of people's credit, they have this scoring system in place that if your utilization is over a certain amount, or if you've not used your card over a certain amount of time, they'll either close out your card, reduce your credit limit, or increase your percentage on your card. If because all these cards are adjustable, they're not fixed rates at all unless it's an introductory period. But what
hmm
that does on the back end, that typically will affect your credit score, meaning if your utilization has gone up over a certain amount, your credit score is going to lower. If you've not used that card, and let's say you wasn't using the card the 6 months before the pandemic, and now we 5 months into the damn pandemic, so it's looked like you've not used your card in a year. Some places will close your card due to
turn
no
it off.
activity.
Yeah,
But you're like, wait a minute, we in a pandemic, boo boo. Why would I
I'm
be
used
using this
to it.
card if I'm already strapped financially? That's stupid. They'll either reduce, and when they reduce your credit or close your card, it also drops your credit score. So then those people who are looking, who you may have an account with, you have active, you have money on it, and you're paying your bill or whatever, they're looking and they see that your age, your credit age has gone down, your utilization has gone up, right? And certain cards the companies have opted to close, and then they either lowering your credit because they feel like you're at risk now. It's like a big ass circle. So I'm like, they put all these rules and regulations in place, but they put nothing in place for those who are paying their, and these people that I'm talking about, they're paying
hmm
their bill. They've not missed a payment. They've not done anything other than, of course, the grace on pandemic. But them hoes is fucking them after the fact.
You can't win for losing.
You can't. You can't. Preach the good news, said the property management needs to be paid. I know people who already owe $20,000. Yep.
I thought it too. I'm with Coco when she said, I was like, Chad, I'd rather just go to work and make my own money, honey.
I mean, a lot of people are trying to do that, but
Right.
there are some people, girl, who ain't. They feel like, bitch, they making more money not working, so them hoes is
And
not
you
trying
know
to get
what?
out there.
I've never been the unemployment type girl, but not saying that I'm above that or, I'd rather just, unless I just absolutely needed it, I'd rather just make my own coin. Like,
And I can appreciate it because I'm the same way. But I think
but it's some
with
people that
some
are fine.
people,
It's some people that are fine
people,
with just living on unemployment, and I'm not that
you
person.
got
Like,
some, you
now the
do,
stimulus, they can go on and insert that in my account three, four, 5 times,
but I'm gonna
but
take it. I
I
think that,
sure am.
but there are some people though who are just like us. But if they've lost their job and they will have a
Yeah, that's
well-paying job, you
different.
gotta do what you gotta do,
That's
right? Until
different.
you can. But you're right, you got people out there who they didn't work to begin with. And so
Right.
I actually have some of my stylist friends. Some of the girls didn't come back into the salon because they feel like they were making more money on the unemployment. So they
Unemployment.
didn't come back into the salon.
What is that furlough or
When the jobs furlough you,
yes.
So people are
Child,
able to get unemployment during that time because during that
the
furlough, they're
girls is
not paying
making
you.
bank off of that. They making more money than when they was working on furlough. I was like, child,
Yeah, there
you
are
making more
some
money to
people.
sit at home than when you was actually going to work.
Some people did. Some people are. Some people are, girl. Listen. Well,
Now, I wouldn't mind that because that I think is supposed to be where they're supposed to like bring you back or something after everything is over with or something like
but
that.
let me tell you what some companies are doing. That's not a guarantee.
Right.
And
So I
during
guess
that
that's
time,
why they're
and while
paying them
being
more
furloughed,
because what they really about to do is probably goop the girls.
they're not. They're also not paying you. And
Huh?
some of them, oh yeah, a lot of places don't get paid. You get unemployment, but they're not. Some places aren't paying you while on furlough.
I thought that's what that was.
No, it's just your job
Oh,
is
you
covered.
go
You still
through
have a
they put
job.
the company puts you through unemployment.
The company puts you through unemployment. You
Yeah.
get whatever the
Okay.
unemployment rate is,
Right.
and you furlough just basically means you could potentially be brought back after a certain
It
time if things come back up. But it's not a guarantee. There have been people who've been transitioned from furlough to being laid off, depending
mm,
on the companies.
I didn't know that. I had never heard of that until all of this stuff started going on.
Because typically the furloughs we've heard of have been when there's been, government shutdowns. All those employees are put on furlough.
I had never heard of that. I didn't even know what that was.
Really? Well,
Mm-mm.
that's
I had
good.
never I've
It
never
has
had
to
to
be
deal
part of
with it.
your reality, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I never heard that word actually until like 2 months ago.
Yeah. I have friends that work for the IRS, so I've heard it quite a lot. Anytime
Mm.
there's a shutdown or they close everything down, those babies are furloughed without pay. Now,
Because
when
I
they
know
come
I
back for
remember
them, though, for the government workers, when they come back, they were able to get back pay, though. So they weren't put on. Federal workers weren't put on, unemployment. It's just they didn't get paid at that time. But when they came back, they did pay them for all the time that they were on furlough. Now, for private companies, it's not that way.
mm,
And Coco said, "Girl, they never brought her." So I guess she's been furloughed and they never brought them back. Yeah, it happens.
mm.
Coco said, "I'm tired of sucking for cash. I'm ready to work, boss." Well, damn, girl.
And here goes Rachel ass talking about that's what they call head over heels.
Bitch, I cannot.
Baby, you know what? One thing about Rachel, Rachel is like the alley oop queen, girl. You say something, Rachel gonna pick it up and run with it, honey. She worse.
Baby.
Rachel is low key about worse to be because I'll see something I'll think about if I wanna comment on it. Rachel gonna go, baby.
She
She
go
there.
in.
She gonna you pass her the ball, baby. She going to the hoop.
She
Okay,
taking it. She's gonna follow. She's your follow through girl.
baby. If
Oh,
every
Rachel said you
if
so
everybody
gorgeous.
else is blocked, girl, she the one that's open, ready to shoot the ball. Okay. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you so gorgeous. Well, y'all, that's all I came up here for, girl. It's 7 o'clock. I'm about to get my ass up off
Thank you,
here.
Rachel.
Y'all have a
I do.
wonderful
I
day.
I do all right, but you got to represent for the big girls.
There you go with this big girl shit.
Girl, I am a big girl.
But you a tall girl too, right?
Yeah, I'm 6'6". I would stand up, but I ain't got no clothes
Bitch, you 6'6". I keep forgetting that you tall as fuck.
on. I don't know why everybody think I'm short.
I didn't think you was short. I thought you was 6 foot, but I didn't think you was 6'6". Bitch, that's a whole different league, bitch.
You know, it's it's a challenge trying to find somebody you can kiss standing up without having to just
Look,
bend your neck.
I'm 6'3", and it's a challenge for me too. So you add 3 more or 5 more inches, you and 6'8" and 6'6", bitch. It's probably been one time I found somebody that I can see eye to eye, and that shit was the oddest shit ever. I was like, bitch.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm used to looking down at people. I know that sound weird, girl.
Look, both literally and figuratively.
Right. But when it's a few girls in Dallas that's taller than me, and I know what people say they don't like looking at because when I talk to people, they be like, "Oh my God, can you sit down? Because you making my neck hurt." Like I'll be so used to looking down at people. It's like, girl, when somebody's taller than me, it's like, girl, bitch. Now I see what these hoes be talking about, girl. I have to stand there. I'll be like, girl,
When somebody's taller than me, I am amazed. It is just amazing.
girl.
It's like it's probably happened 2 times in my life, and both of them were somebody I work with, and I was like, "How in the
That's
fuck
a
are you
turn on
taller
to me
than
though.
me?"
Like somebody taller than me. When I do see somebody taller than me, I'll be like, girl, yes.
Yeah,
I'll be like, girl,
it don't even matter what they look like. You just like, yeah,
you know, they could be real bony, skinny child.
it
I
don't
seen one
matter.
last night, a white dude, child. He was so thin.
But you was just
But I was
intrigued because
like,
he was tall as hell.
girl, I was trying to bird watch, child, and didn't see nothing.
Oh, you
Uh,
probably yeah. It's a little bit different sometimes on the other side of the track when they're that tall. Everything don't match up, but it is what it is.
it be them little niggas, child.
It do, girl. Look, Gogo said, "Where you going, girl?
Not this
I'm gonna
motherfucker.
try to give me another nap in before I have to leave up out this house, girl."
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you, Savon. It's this lady I follow. Child, I follow so many people on YouTube, child. I'm about
See
to
you,
delete
preach.
everything.
See you later. Preach the good news. Have a good day. What you follow somebody on YouTube?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I follow so many people on YouTube, but I was gonna ask you, it's this lady I follow on YouTube. She's Hispanic. She does these agua frescas. I know you was on your liquid diet, and she does these things where she puts like so much water in the blender, and then she'll like peel the cucumbers or whatever, and then put like 3 or 4 whole cucumbers in there and like blend it. She was like it helped her lose weight, and I've been wanting to try that. When I do like start back working out, whenever that's gonna be, I want to try that because what she was saying, like it helps you lose weight, cleanses you, cleans you out, and all that type of stuff. And then she said if you want to make it sweet, you can add sugar, but you don't have to. You can just do
So
it
she
like a.
putting like cucumbers in it and
It's
some
not
other
like you know how some people like they chop up the cucumber and then just let it float in their water.
blend.
It's not that she blends it together.
And see,
Um,
cucumbers have 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 everything.
yeah.
So
So
yeah.
she does it with the cucumbers too, and then she does it with like you can do like the watermelon or pineapple. So she has like different little things on there that she does. Like she makes they're called agua frescas. I guess that's like the
Send me send me
I
her
will.
her link.
Oh, hold
I'll
on.
check it out. Like for me, I don't want
I can send
anything
it to
thick
you.
though. Like so I don't want anything thick because the goal for me doing this is to, shrink my stomach, back down. Cause I've been eating a little bit more. So your stomach is a muscle. You can't shrink and stretch it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to
Are
get my
you
shrunk
are
back down.
you are you wrapping your stomach?
Well, I had the gastric bypass, so I have a pouch. So
Huh?
yeah, the way that the gastric bypass works, um, and I had the full, so I didn't have the sleeve, and that was like 5 years ago. But
Mm,
they reroute the upper part of your intestines so that you're not absorbing so much. That kind of helps you, maintain your weight. It doesn't make you malabsorptive, but it maintains the weight. And then they take your stomach and they kind of pretty much reroute to where they make this new pouch that's usually the size of an egg for the gastric. Now the sleeve, they make your stomach the size of a banana. I didn't want that much room to play with, girl, because I am a food addict bitch, and that banana would turn back into the football because our stomach is usually the size of a football when you're an adult. So they
mm.
made it the size of an egg. Um, yes,
Mine the size
girl.
of a bowling ball.
So, but if just like a child, when you're growing, the more you eat, it's a muscle. It can stretch back out. Now,
Right.
I'm not stretched out like that. I just realized that I'm at a point now, I was never able to eat a whole sandwich.
Child, I'm gonna
So
eat 3.
now I can eat a whole sandwich, meaning I could barely do one of those little regular cheeseburgers at McDonald's or Burger King bitch.
Mm.
When it got to the point I could have a cheeseburger and some fries, bitch, and I feel like I could still go. I knew my pouch had stretched. I was like, bitch, that's not cute. I want to get back to having just that half of that cheeseburger, bitch, and be good. So that's why I'm doing the liquid, because it allows my stomach to tighten back up.
Okay.
So even if I do the cucumber one that she's doing, it still got to be liquidy and not thick.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. She did it like after she blended everything, she was still straining it. So
Okay.
all the pulp and stuff, she
Was
was
out of
taking
it.
it out.
I
Yeah.
wanna check that out. Send it to me. Yes.
Girl, I can't send it to you.
Well,
Let me see if I can look up her thing.
but,
I forgot what her name
but
was. Hold
don't you follow me on Instagram or some other shit, or is it just YouTube?
I don't have social media.
That's right. You keep telling me that. Well,
Girl,
you can put it in the private chat.
look, everybody be trying to catch me in a lie, girl. They be like, girl, you want something, girl. I be
I
like, girl,
actually didn't. I actually forgot. I really did. I
no,
really
I
did.
was saying, but everybody keep
Yeah.
asking. Me. They be like, bitch, we gonna catch her in a lie one day.
Well, you can put it in the private chat comment
Yeah, let me
when you
go.
find it. But yeah.
Let me-
Mantra says she had the sleeve 4 years ago and have gained 25 pounds. I have to do a reset. Girl, that's not bad.
Girl,
That's not bad at all. But I know where you at, because my smallest weight was 219, and that was 2 years ago. No, it was probably a little over a year ago. I say 2 years ago. It was like over a year ago. So I'm up 25 pounds in a year, and that's a lot if you think about it. So, but 10 of those 25 pounds happened, during the COVID. So, girl, I'm trying to get that 25 off plus another 20, bitch, because I'm like, no. But I get it. It's very easy to do. But I lost like 180. So, bitch, I'm trying to get down to where I've lost a total of 200. And that's what I'm gonna be at, girl. So I get it, Mantra. It's a work, girl. It's a work.
I need to be back down to a good 215, honey. I'm over 335.
I remember that my heaviest weight was 399
I've
pounds.
never been this heavy.
I get it. I get it.
Child, I thought when I hit 200, when I was like,
Bitch. You see Coco's comments, bitch. She said those are your social sites. Get your
what's your
friend. Coco
damn
said,
okay, girl, Jack, Pornhub, girl. She
say,
know,
bitch, those are your
hey,
social sites. Fuck some Instagram.
okay, bitch, you gonna have to log in and see some dick sunny to come talk to me, girl.
Oh, Mantra, I do too. I have a weakness for
Uh,
food, girl. I'm a
girl,
food addict, girl.
they used to put me on BGC at the top. You know, when I used to get sexy and pies a lot. I'd be like, girl, I would just
Oh,
log in and
you
I would have
gay
all these
people
messages. I'm like,
person.
why these people messaging me?
Girl, I've never
That was
been on BCG.
BGC, girl, black gay
Okay,
chick.
well, there you go. There you go. I'm already fucking it up. I was never even on it. Well, it's black gay check, right? That's what that means, right? So BGC.
Yeah.
No, I was never. I mean, my shit
I'm
was.
trying to find this lady. I don't know where she is.
It was. Let's see, tagged. Tagged was one I was on, and then Grinder, and then what was the other one? A long time ago, it was what was it?
I did. I
Adam to
did.
Adam. I was on that one a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
still on there. I log in every blue moon, child. The girls on there be good.
I didn't even know this shit was still around, girl.
Yeah, BGC. I don't. I think it's gone, but AFA. That's where the white queens be at. The majority.
Norman said I was always skinny. Now I'm slim these days, but now I'm getting skinny again. So you slim thick these days then?
Every time y'all say Norman, I think of Norman Freeman.
Who is
And
Norman Freeman? Norman Freeman. Who is Norman Freeman? Let me look that up. Let me look up Norman Freeman, girl, and see who that is. Norman. Oh, yes. I like him. He's funny. They said that he is a former. Wait a minute. Bitch, this is the wrong one. This is of Atlanta. Okay. I like him. He is funny. But that Norman is skinny. That ain't Slim Thick, honey. He funny as hell though. What she say? Why Norman's raw skinny? Wait, at Norman raw skinny and 5'9.5". Wait, who's 5'9.5"? I be thinking Norman is like a. There's a girl in my town that looks just like him. Oh, D-Star. Oh, I don't know. Well, anyway, y'all, thank you so much for joining this chat with me. I appreciate that. I'm about to get myself off here. And I just wanted to talk about that because that's what I saw this morning. I was like, well, that's cute for the morning. I'm going to give me about an hour, maybe a 2-hour nap, and then I'll get back up, girl, and start my day. Bambi, did I lose you? I think I lost Bambi. Well, y'all have a good day. Thank you so much for joining the chat with me. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
You was like gone, girl. We weren't hearing nothing.
Oh. No, because I was trying to
sometimes when you go off,
find a page for you.
Yes, when you let me give you a moment. Yeah, when you get off on the mobile version of StreamYard, when you're off of it, it like mutes you and some other shit is what it does automatically.
I don't see this lady page. I'm like, I know I follow her.
Well, when you do find it,
I'm gonna give it to
the SaveOnExperience@gmail, girl.
Oh, hold on. Oh, it's called Views on Views on the Road.
I'm on YouTube now.
She has like a cook. Yeah, that's her. That's the name of her page.
Views on the Road, Beria.
Huh?
Is it Views on the Road, Beria? Just Views on the Road. Oh, okay. I see her.
Yeah, she's a Mexican lady with her sister.
Her sister, I see her. I'm gonna subscribe. Okay. I've already subscribed.
Yeah, they have it's like a cooking channel, but but she does it like if you go in there and just scroll down, she has like the agua frescas, and it's different combinations that she does with the water. It's kind of like you know how they do that rice water, like the Mexicans, how they do like the rice water.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a variation of that, but with like vegetables or fruit.
Bitch, I'm looking at this shit. I got hungry. Let me get off this page for right now, girl. This is.
I know the first thing that popped up was them ribs. I was like, girl, let me close
it. Oh, yes, God. Yes, God. And then my fat ass done got a hot and fresh donuts now at Murfreesboro, a Krispy Kreme, bitch, because I'm a big girl.
Oh, are you eating now?
No, I'm not, but I still have the notifications from Krispy Kreme.
Oh. And then it's another page I wanted you to follow. Don't look it up until you start eating again. But it's this lady, just write it down. Stovetop Kisses.
Stovetop Kisses.
Yes, Mama is hilarious. She cute and she know how to cook. Okay.
Okay.
Girl, she had well, I ain't gonna tell you. I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right.
I know you can't eat, so I don't want to be girl.
Yeah, I want to be.
The girls always say Bambi is the temptation, girl. cousin Faith.
Cousin Faith. There she go with her shit again, girl. All right, honey. So I don't know who's going live next, but baby, I'm finna get in this bed for a little bit longer, honey. And then I will talk to y'all a little bit later. Thank you so much. And if y'all didn't catch last night's show, it's out there for the replay. I'm gonna be working on a thumbnail and some other shit later on throughout the day, but I gotta go do some things today with the folks, honey.
We're just sitting up here asking who going live next, and she got a whole channel.
And she got a whole page. You
hit that button.
You going live next, Bridget. You
okay,
honey.
Girl, go on and go put them lashes on, child.
Girl, them lashes is on, baby. They don't come off, baby, honey. She get her permanent put in, honey. I know I am. I'm done talking about it, Norman. I'm finna go get this good old sugar-free Jello just to pacify me for right now. And that's it.
I'm so done with you.
See y'all later.
All right, bye, boo.
Bye-bye.